All right.
Never really exactly anything. Pretty fully.
Okay, we're good. Yeah, yes, you see that. All right. Okay, I call this meeting to order at 7:07 p.m. Are there any changes, subtractions that need to be made to the agenda?
We strike at the back.
Daniela?
Hello, can we start ASRF? Thank you.
Josh?
Can we please strike capital contingency and contingency programming, please? Thanks.
Eva?
Can we please strike the Bruin advocacy grant allocations?
And then Jonathan?
Yeah, is Ebor coming tonight?
She did not hit me up about that. I think,
So yeah, you all need to read in the results of the election, so that you can put into the minutes and then
should we email them or?
if they can come. Great. Yeah.
Okay. Should we do that? Put it on a new business right now?
Yeah, up yours.
All right. Can you text Anna? One of y'all text Anna. Anyone have their number? Yes. Yes. All right. Okay, can we get is that it? Does anyone else need to add or take anything away? All right, if not, can we get a motion to approve? A motion to approve the agenda?
I second.
Keon motions, Anna seconds, all in favor, please raise your hand.
Sahara in the waiting room.
Who?
Sahara, the vice chair of elections.
Okay, yeah, can you let them in? All right, and by a vote of 13-0, the motion passes and the agenda for this week is approved. All right, we'll go, so what?
The vice in here, would it be 13? I don't know if you're allowed to vote.
Oh, wait, did Eva raise her hand? Okay, well, correction to the minutes by vote 12-0, the motion passes. All right, next up is the approval of the minutes. I hope everyone was able to review the minutes from last week's meeting. Are there any changes, clarifications? All right, if not, can we get a motion?
I will move to approve the minutes.
I second.
Okay, Sarah motions, Eliana seconds, all in favor, please raise your hand. All right, my vote 12-0, the motion passes and the agenda for this week is approved. All right, next up, we'll go into public comment. Public comment is a time for individuals from the association to come to USAC and express any questions or concerns or comments that they may have. So I do see we have some individuals here in person that would like to give public comment. If you would like to give public comment in your virtual, please raise your hand and we'll should promote to keep your hand raised. So we'll start with the individuals in person. Sarah.
Hello. Oh, cool. Microphone again. Hello. I'm Claire from California. I'm here to give our weekly update on stuff that's going on with us right now. Yeah, so we have 3 campaigns that we're like actively running right now. Our plastic campaign, our Save the Beach campaign, our ocean conservation campaign, and all of these have big upcoming events about. So the first one is this week on Thursday. Our plastic campaign is supposed to be an event in Rose Plaza. They've been doing research on where Amazon plastic packaging goes when it is recycled, and they, I mean, the context is dollar one. And basically, one of them ended up in landfill, which was pretty disappointing. And they're gonna like stuff like Are, the same thing, volunteer. That's where.
Right, well, now we'll go to virtual. I see one hand is raised. Simone Anderson, can you promote them, please? Is it working? But is it working?
Oh, the promoting?
Yeah.
I tried to promote her multiple times. She was open.
Okay. Simone, you're free to talk. You're free to go.
Hey, you guys. I wish I was here, unfortunately, on better terms. But I just wanted to express some concerns that I had about, I feel like some anti-Blackness that was presented within the election board this year. I was Tyra's co-campaign manager. I ran a multitude of USAC campaigns. And I will say the way Tyra and other candidates, Black students that were running in these contested seats, it was very just disheartening to see the type of accusations and unfair sanctions that our Black candidates had to be subjected to. Now, sure, should I be happy that Tyra ran the race? Sure, but she shouldn't have had to go through that. She was literally being targeted. People were taking pictures of her, accusing her of doing things that she was not doing. And the way that the election board approached this, I was very disappointed in the handlings of this. I don't think that justice was done. I think the election board owes a lot of these Black candidates a public and formal apology for the anti-Blackness numerous candidates had to be subjected to. And I'm still considering putting out a statement as to the way Tyra specifically was targeted. So I wish I was here on better terms, but I do think that there are some problems and we should probably review the people that were sitting on this election board.
Is there anyone else in person that would like to give public comment? Is there anyone else virtually that would like to give public comment? All right, we'll be closing public comment at 7:15 p.m. All right, now we'll get into funding, AC travel mini grant allocations.
Yes, thank you. So for this week, we allocated $1,607.31 to 4 non-USAC entities. I will also go ahead and put that in the chat. Let me know if there are any questions.
Does anyone have any questions, concerns, or comments regarding AC travel mini grant allocations? All right, if not, it is a consent item and it is approved. Next up is ARC allocations. All right, are there any questions, concerns, or comments regarding ARC allocation for this week? All right, if not, it is a consent item and it is approved. Next up is TGIF.
$8,205.10 to 11 non-USAC entities and non-USAC.
Are there any questions, concerns, or comments regarding TGIF for this week? All right, if not, it is a consent item and it is approved. Next up is special presentations, international student representatives, website presentation. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Nice to meet you on the website. Right on time. With the second reason, so I thought I should be able to do this because it's my mom. So yeah, this is our website. Finally, I can just take you through it. So we have a little bit about the office. You can meet our team. National Center. And we also created like a guide for international students, basically about everything. So we have financial wellness, personal financial management, banks, student scams, tax. So there's a bunch of information on here. And my team has basically been working very hard to put this together. Take you through the page. Quite cute, actually. We've done a lot. There's links for everything. So I-20s, you can basically go everywhere from here. And yeah, so there's a lot. I can't take you through everything in it, but culture shock, something I guess is specific to international students. So we have a lot about like, how do you feel a culture shock? Stuff like classroom culture shock and professional culture shock. How do you get past culture shock? Yeah, we also put together a lot of like apps. It's stuff that people don't know about healthcare, food, shopping, financial. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in here. Student wellness, I think culture is important. Taking the culture, dash to, and all of these links, like if I click, let's see. But we'll take you to their pages. It's all linked. It's all in one place. It's sort of nice to navigate. And yeah, there's just a bunch of information. I'll put the link in. I hope everyone can like use it. And we have a little like box to reach out to us over here through contact us as well. So it all goes into our email inbox. Yeah, there's just a lot of information. It's specific to international students, but there's also a lot for everyone else. I hope it can be a resource to everybody at some point, and I really love if all your offices can help us promote this because we worked very hard on it for a very long time. Yeah, that's all it is.
All right, moving forward. I think new business is out of place, right? No problem. All right, so we'll get into officer reports. So for this week, just schedule last meeting with Chancellor Bob. That'll be next week, next Wednesday. I know Giovanna, I don't know if she's on here. She wants to go to kind of speak about this cool event she wants to do. Finalize the approval for the financial aspects of the initiatives that, my office got funds for, so make sure that they're into the appropriate place. Make sure directors got paid. Everyone, if, I would like, please make sure if you got money for your directors to get paid, make sure that they filled out all the necessary paperwork. Sometimes directors don't get paid because people forget to fill out the paperwork. And then sent over transition documents to Jonathan. Finally, I've seen your last email, so I got those over to you. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Obviously this has been a pretty good year. I just wanted to first off thank all the current officers, on the USAC office. We've done a lot of amazing work. Obviously, every year USAC, you're not going to agree on every single thing, but I think that we kind of put our differences to the side and, we kind of worked well with each other and, did the best that we could. In regards to the new incoming candidates, first off, I want to say congratulations to all the new elected candidates. And just all the candidates that kind of participate in the election in general. It's not a easy process putting yourself in front of 30,000 plus individuals and just putting yourself out there. So I really want to say, thank you so much to all those individuals. I do want to say in regards to the future of our elections, I do hope that in the future, we can kind of have elections that are free of the drama, that are free of, false allegations and false narratives. And I hope that this incoming council and the new incoming election board chair can do something about it. Because obviously the next USAC election scandal is slated for week 5 of 2024. So I hope that you guys can get ahead of it and make sure that you put some policies in place. But once again, I want to say this by no means to overshadow the new elected officers. Once again, I want to say congratulations to each and every one of them. Looking forward to seeing the initiative that you're going to do, the work that you're going to do. And, you know, if you ever need any help, please reach out and I'll be here in a support capacity. And yeah, I want to thank y'all so much for all the amazing work. So yeah, love you guys. Now we'll move on to the internal vice president.
Hello, everyone. I guess I'll give my little speech, but first, a few updates in my office. In terms of the IVP partnership fund, everything has been allocated and also started submitting the requisition forms. So they've just been sending them directly to Pride Council. Hopefully we can get those reimbursements soon for clubs, but everything should be done with that fund. The next fund would be the housing relief fund. The application just closed last week, and we're working, my directors are working to review those applications and hopefully get that money to students. I just have a few questions, I think, for like the distribution of those funds. I believe Jessica, I emailed you about it on how to like transfer the money to financial aid. Okay, sounds good. No worries. I think you will, but yeah, I think I just sent it to you today. Yeah. So, okay, so. The last thing that we have is our student showcase, which would be happening at Kirkup Coffee House on May 26th. I know that's a past like term kind of thing, but my directors wanted to kind of post that. So May 26th, there will just be a few like student performers and student musicians from 6 to 8. So everyone come out and support. I know that these musicians were working a very, very long time for like big music, and then they're excited to show it to everyone. And then the last thing is I finally submitted my transition document. And I'm also on reach out to Megan, who's doing the crowd right now. Help her transition, right, Megan? Yeah. And I think with my closing statements, I wrote like a little thing. I feel like I should. I should.
Yeah, that's
I just want to take like this time to thank everyone for like the great year. And I'm so grateful to have met like the administration members here and then council members, as well as all the student leaders that I've worked with. I don't know who's watching, but I want to take the time to like thank you all. Because I honestly couldn't imagine this council in this year without you all. I know that like getting into this position, I really didn't know what to expect or what I really signed myself up for. What I didn't expect was having to build up all of like the IVP responsibilities, events, and initiatives back up after so much institutional knowledge is lost within the 2020-2022 school year. And I'm sure many other council members have experienced the same thing, because the first few months of like our council, it was like I just had so much anxiety about whether I would be able to like meet the expectations laid out by the USAC bylaws, and then also meet the expectations I had of myself through my campaign without all resources on how to like do so. So I think in the beginning it was really, really lonely, and it felt like all of these responsibilities I had to take on my own. And it was exhausting to find the resources that I needed all by myself. But then in the fall, when I got to campus, I finally got to actually meet all the council members and meet like my staff members and try my staff members, which really, really helps me kind of realize that I wasn't alone, and then there were many people who were passionate about the changes I want to start this law, why I helped with that. So yes, so despite all the hardships I faced in the summer, I think that just seeing you all, having all of your support, and also the support of my directors and staff members, I know Megan's sitting in the crowd, it really, really helps, I think. And like I just saw how passionate like my IDP directors pursued their initiatives, and saw how passionate council members pursued their initiatives, and I'm really, really grateful that I got to work with you all, because you all are the reason why I continue to advocate for work and change even when I face many challenges. But honestly, I wouldn't have like completed as much as I would without my office. I want to thank some IDP initiatives and accomplishments right here, just to shout some people out. But in my office, we were able to build an office over 50 student leaders, be a part of student leaderships in the future. We filled 50+ USAC appointments in Positive and Naomi today. We developed and graduated our IFP interns and integrated them into the office. We held the Campus Safety Alliance meetings in the fall and winter. We helped with the ASU CLA T-shirt contest. We hosted the True Bruins Raising One Thing with UCLA Case Management Services. We hosted our finals research event, and we held the first off-campus living fair in person since 2019. We secured $50,000 for our IDP housing relief fund and $35,000 for our partnership fund. And I honestly couldn't have done it alone without you all. What else? Looking back, just a hashtag looking back, I was reflecting. But looking back and despite sitting through like 3 to 6 hour USAC meetings at times, making it through countless hours of really USAC appointments. I know Austin and we were there for the entire time. Also being ghosted by some administration members. It's okay. It's okay. And then having no idea how to approach situations because I didn't have these sensitive transition materials. I wouldn't trade this experience for the world because I'm really proud of everything that we've done and all the connections that I've made throughout it. But yeah, thank you again, everyone, for everything. Well, I was on the opportunity to serve as the interim vice president for the 2022-2023 school year. I'm excited to move on. So that's all. Thank you, everyone.
I make my vote. Yeah, you can. External vice president.
Hi, everyone. My name is Eva. I'm proxying for Divine today. We've been super busy at UC Hill Day. So there we've been lobbying for things like the Sepulveda Transit Corridor advocacy, as well as bills for mental health funding, basic needs, like SNAP benefits, campus safety, honestly, a slew of bills that are super amazing and budget asks. So we've really been researching them, lobbying today. We had meetings with representatives such as Adam Schiff. We have meetings with Ted Lieu, Jimmy Gomez, Garcia, Diane Feinstein's office, Pete Aguilar's office, Barragan's office, honestly, a lot of offices. So we've been super busy today prepping for that. In doing so, we also got to network with other UCs, with UCSA, which was super cool. We've been primarily focusing on the transition as well in the office. We had our last general and executive meetings last week. So right now we're kind of transitioning out. The last thing that we are focusing on in addition to UC Hill Day is the UC Regents meetings that are occurring today, May 16th through May 18th. We hosted a public commenting training yesterday, and that we hosted 10 individuals. We flyered for that. We got to teach about who the UC Regents are, what they do, and how to public comment. And so I'm hoping to see a lot of turnout tomorrow, and we have another session tonight, I believe. I'm on the East Coast. I'm not entirely sure what time it's occurring, but it might be occurring in about an hour for y'all. So if you're free, I think the information is on the EVP Instagram. It's a great opportunity to learn about what the UC Regents are. And that's pretty much it for us. But we're super excited to wrap things up and get the next year started.
Read a report from the incoming EVP. Next up, we have the General Representative 1.
Yeah, so we're pretty much just closing out the office, getting my directors paid for. And then we have some extra budgets. I just figure out different clubs that need it and how to get them their money. Then just want to talk a little bit about the year. We've had our ups, we've had our downs. Definitely had some fights with different council members, but altogether I think we worked well, got a lot of stuff done. And I pretty much want to say congrats, Megan. You did a great campaign. Excited to see what you're going to do next year and here for anything you need.
All right, General Representative 2.
Opportunity for all. I encourage y'all to go check out the Instagram. I'll be there tomorrow morning, right this early, y'all. So also they're gonna be flying from 9 a.m. to 12, I believe. So just join if you can, make some time. Besides that, yeah, just remember, make sure always reference got seconded because we had some few issues with just getting the forms in. But we try. Since we're still gonna get a broom bird or whatever. You might get like a bird. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed getting to know you all on this council this year, getting closer with y'all folks. I think it was a great year. I think like there was ups and downs, but hey, we powered through. We're here. It's week 7. I hope in all of your future endeavors, wherever that leads you all, you do amazing and successful things. I know you already have it in you. You all own natural born leaders. I hope you take on the world, honestly. I really do. And whatever something that is, whether it's me working for the city. But I'm excited. I hope I get invited to some graduation parties. Please let me know. And y'all are in here. I can't wait to see you all Saturday. Well, all of us will be here pretty much Saturday. Can't wait to see you all and yeah, it's on here.
All right, Junior Representative 3.
Thank you so much. So we have our event May 31st, 4 p.m. I'm not going to be Gen Rep anymore, but it should still be fun over CAP conference room with Tyra and Alicia and Rye Center on dealing with addictive aspects of the internet. And yeah, love y'all. So looking forward to that. Everyone come through. And that'll be wonderful. What else? Just been closing up some surplus and micro grants. One of my staffers wrote a resolution about some injustices that students in the independent major program have been facing. So hopefully we can pass that tonight. So this week's been good. I just want to say I love all of you. Thank you so much, and much love to all of our incoming and outgoing council members. It's been a true honor to work with you and to work with my staff and to work with so many students and other community members. And yeah, it's really been definitely had a share of conflicts and difficulties, but this has really taught me a great deal about the power of like standing up and also uniting with other people. Taught me that we can all make an enormous difference, but also you can't do it alone. Everything worthwhile is done with other people. I don't think I'm the first one who said that. So I just want to say a lot of love to y'all, just encourage everyone to keep showing love for yourself and others and have unity. Also want to second what Simone and Carl were saying about straightening out the way our elections have been run, because it's been way too painful and unfair. It does not need to be. And I agree with that. And just shout out to all of you. Shout out to Simone Anderson, Reggie, Disabled Students Union, Hillel, and just every student, faculty, and everyone in our community. So it's been truly beautiful. I love you so much, and I'm so excited. You all are going to do wonderful things, and I am just so excited and honored to have been part of this.
Academic Affairs Commissioner.
Hello, everybody. So I'm going to start off with a few updates. So with finance, we've just been pushing out final requisitions for ASRF and TGMF to make sure that we tie up all loose ends and connect orgs with their funds. We've also been facilitating discussions through email and a few meetings as well with the Senate, specifically those on UGC and some students that have brought forth some proposals In addition to that, also on the vein of Senate, I met with the curriculum subcommittee for the last time of the quarter on UGC to discuss some programmatic policy changes. And I also had the opportunity to voice concerns around how limited resources to advising are leading students down a pipeline of lack of support in that avenue, when paired especially with inflexible major admission guidelines. And I also voiced concerns about how cross-campus departmental navigation with TA salaries after the strike, and that continuous exploitation of labor is continuing and potentially will continue to foster some limitations and negative consequences on the quality of instruction for all of us, because the labor conditions of our TAs and graduate students translate into our learning conditions as undergraduate students. So we're going to continue to have those conversations, as I will continue to sit on UGC through the end of the academic year, but also through one-on-one check-ins with UGC representatives. In regards to transitioning, I also met with the director of USIE and the SIOC appointment to discuss and reflect how we can continue to improve the relationships with AAC, and how I can send those notes to my successor as well. Within Retention First, we hosted our final workshop last week of the term, which was recorded and has been posted on the AAC Instagram. The workshop was to give students tips on how to transition and navigate their upper division coursework. I also met with Retention First to have a final deliberative conversation around Books for Bruins, reflecting on the methods that we employed this year and collecting those notes to pass on suggestions to my successor for the future management of Books for Bruins. We are also conducting an inclusive access survey and continuing to boost public comment recruitment. So that UGC Regent is happening tomorrow. If you all are interested, or any folks in your office are, please feel free to pass along the link that I posted in the Slack last week. There are some talking points that you can feel free to go off of as well. And Katie, who presented to you all on inclusive access a few weeks ago, has been trying to collaborate with the director and EVP office that Divine connected us with. And finally, my closing remarks. We closed out work for the office this week for my term. I've already extended these sentiments to folks within my office already, but I truly feel that no amount of expressions of gratitude to them will ever be enough, truly, because this work is so crucial. And to be honest with all of you, and I think that a lot of us probably agree, that it can be really challenging when we're being pulled in multiple directions, while at time facing limited institutional support and thus limited capacity for us to do all of this as well. And so, as folks have shared, we cannot do any of this work alone. That being said, this work would have definitely been impossible without the folks in AAC this year to carry it forth. So while I am the one that has the privilege to sit on this council and the one that delivers reports to you all every week, it truly must be known that the work that we report to you is representative of the dedication, the effort, and the advocacy on parts of multiple student voices and leaders. So thank you again so much to them. And then also just final congratulations to you all too on the conclusion of your terms, and to our successors.
Campus Events Commissioner.
So we've had a couple of events in the past week, which have gone pretty well. A lot of screenings, like Doom Generation by Gregoraki yesterday night. And then I think like the most current stuff that we're doing right now is we have Short Takes, which is like our film festival competition. It's open to all college students across the country, as well as graduate students. So you can submit for those, and we have a lot of judges, like celebrity judges, and we just confirmed Boots Riley as a judge for that as well. So that's really exciting. And then we're having the premiere, like the festival, on June 1st in Ackerman Grand Ballroom. And our next concert is On Thursday, we have Noon Tunes from 12 to 2 p.m. in Bruin Plaza. There'll be some surprise DJs, which have been curated by this collective called Do Over. So that should be really exciting. And then we have Ultra Bloom next Thursday, which will be in Kirchhoff Patio. And we'll be announcing the acts for that pretty soon, but it should be really exciting. And then I think that's it for us from the rest of the year. I believe like my successor is going to start working on Bruin Bash with Alicia, and that should all work out. But thank you guys for the year.
Community Service Commission.
Yeah, wait, I'm supposed to give one, okay. CSE is the 2023 Service Summit on Friday, June 2nd, to help recognize and celebrate the amazing work of community service leaders on campus. Come to learn about the amazing work that is done by other student orgs, engagement workshops with great community service, and network with other student orgs and leaders. This is at the end of the summit. Lunch and raffle prizes will be given to students who RSVP. And one themselves to send me like a t-shirt, anything that I don't think like we do that we're doing this, but I'm sure she's done with regards.
That was it. All right, one. Cultural Affairs Commissioner.
So all of them,
They said they could barely hear you on Zoom. Yeah.
okay, thank you. But yeah, can you guys tomorrow? I also have this written and all these thoughts, just so I don't have to talk more. Okay, yeah, so that'll be with Motion Blue. Those are our performers at 7 p.m. in the office. Next, we have our experiment, which is called A Cat World, which is based off a show called A Different World. And one of my concert directors put that theme on, which is really exciting, which will happen on Friday, June 2nd, West Compared, from 6 to 9 as well. Next, it'll be a scene release party as well. We'll have a craft station, we'll have vendors, we'll have a gallery, we'll have performers. So it'll be just a really big celebration just this year. Next we have Harry is also on his way. Right now, I really set up on Sunday and we have 2 new directors. And I'm getting a chief of staff, which is also like everyone is here. So I'm really happy I have executive support in running everything and commission. But we have open until Sunday. We interview and we have directors just start everyone getting. Oh, it's water. The artists will have a very great. There will be gallery experience. Also, we're working on our community. We are presenting graduation and on Wednesday. The group of students, okay, and then, we're starting to work on structuring the ARC initiative with my new chairs this summer. So I'm really excited for ARC to be what it is. And this is not just more than a fund, but like a whole initiative for arts and arts activism. So I'm very excited to really have ARC ready for next year. I submitted my transition document. So thank you. Yes. Right. So, we have a diverse city tour to Cape Town this not this Sunday, but next Sunday on May 28th. So once that RCP form goes, we have free transportation, free food, and you get to experience a part of LA. That is very important. Next is JRF is May 29th, the day after, so get your tickets. And we're also editing our funding apps like to the rec fund and submitting recs to get our funding. So that's just happening. Next, I also talked to SCA. I've been like trying to mend the relationship between SCA and PAC this year, but we're working on strengthening our relationship and diversifying that space. So I might be involved in the hiring process for new staff members. So I'm really happy that's happening. I am an ex officio member of the student committee for the arts. So I really wanted to, get into my bylaws and do what I'm supposed to do as commissioner, this year and, working on that in the next. Also, I'm attending the transfer leadership meet and greet for the transfer student representative's office, I believe next Wednesday. I also attended the DC Divest rally. Tomorrow I'm attending the overall rally that Naomi mentioned. It's at 12:45 on Broadwalk, but if you want to fly or come earlier, you should be there. Next is, I think you should have gotten an invitation to IDEA's 20th anniversary gala. So please RSVP to that. It's very important that students know that the undergraduate student association council supports undocumented students. And last but not least, we'll be having an interview tomorrow with the Daily Bruin on Eliana and I's resolution on COVID-19. But that is all. Thank you for this very difficult year. Very difficult year. I'm really proud of my commission. I'm really proud of the amount of work, as much as it was really, really hard. It's so much sacrifice and honestly unhealthy, so many points. It was very healing to work with artists of color. Just like it was twice as much healing as it, was painful. So yeah, I'm really happy I get to continue this work going on to next year. Just knowing, how to put on events, who to put them on with, and just like all my knowledge now will facilitate the work I do in the future. So thank you for the student body for electing me again. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
All right, next up, we have Facilities Commissioner.
I was here for stuff. We had so many good presenters. It's the first time doing an event to that magnitude. Yeah, very similar committee. Like we graduated like so like I did you great. It was amazing. And because I had like doing and like I know a lot of the vendors. We just like moved it over and not just like one you that. We just like having a business narrated and that kind of visibility. Really, you work all that like It's so relieved and so excited that that's happening and I have that too, you know, having like students there and all of this guys, you know, like represent that like you're doing students more and like in the community. So that's like it's like just like more. And you're going to really need that each one of them. The teacher wants them to really have your information. They want them to integrate. So that was different from my ability. I was doing that really are. Yeah, from there was with other research like set up some sort of Google form, like, it's a Google like idea that you make sure
Intellectual Supports Commissioner.
Hear me if I don't use the mic. That's
Just want to take it, okay.
okay. Office updates. We had our event last week on Bruin Walk and I think it went really well. We got a lot of like outreach on our Instagram and we got a lot of new people on our mailing list. We are spending some of our office funds on getting more lab coats. I think we're going to invest in about like 20 more medium-sized lab coats because we have so many extra larges, but so few mediums. And then we're probably also going to, we're gonna get a banner for the New York Times to promote it, and we're gonna probably also see if there are any clubs who need any additional funding and try to help them out as well. For closing remarks for the year, I wanna thank everyone on council who really worked hard to help all our students and make the lives of our student body better. I want to thank all my wonderful directors for all the hard work that they did, and everything that we accomplished could not have been done without them. I'm really excited for the work that we're going to do next year in making USAC more transparent and more representative for students. And I've really, the reason I ran again was because I love this year and I want to do what I did again this year, next year. Jonathan, I don't have to do transition documents, right?
You do.
I do?
That just proves you don't read my email.
But like,
I've sent multiple today.
okay.
I'll expect to transition quickly by the end of the week.
I will get to it by the end of the week. Yeah. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys.
All right. Student Wellness Commissioner? Yes.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. I always wing my stitches and it pains Angus, so I hope that he watches this recording later. So thank you to everyone for all the support that you've given, not only me, but the Student Wellness Commission in general. I know that our members do a lot of really impressive work, and at the end of the day, I want to be like possible without the help of everyone here on USAC and those that support us. I think we did everybody. I'm so excited to be leaving. Yay.
She said, I'm English.
Yes, it's been an exhausting journey, but we've done so much. Some of the things that I'd really like to point out are the fact that we did get free STI testing for all students on campus, regardless of their insurance status. Yay! We established the diverse SWC earlier this year, and so that's going to be our internal EDI branch that will also begin focusing on external individual entities next quarter, including actually producing a class. So we're going to be having a PLS for people to join. Super exciting. Also having established SWC Planned Parenthood Generation Action, and so that's Planned Parent chapter here at UCLA. And now we went to Sacramento to lobby with them this last Tuesday. So a lot of really cool things that I'm super proud of, all of the individuals who participated, and I'm very excited for Janice to take the reins next year. You know, she's gonna do a fantastic job, especially in like the basic needs space. Thank you to everyone here. And oh yeah, there's still actually upcoming events. It's like yoga. No, please check out the SWC Instagram. We're going to check out the SWC Instagram for our events. We still have like 4 opportunity in the next few weeks. And yeah, we'll be launching some. Yeah.
Transfer student representative?
Hi, everyone. I hope that your midterms went well. If you still have midterms, I hope they're going well and good luck. I have been super busy. Like, I'm exhausted right now. This past weekend was the transfer admit weekends, and I was the chair of one of them, the Black Transfer Extravaganza, which is held annually by ASU. And for some reason, I thought it was all fun and games to have a 3-day program. It was not. It took me out. But I also gave funding to like every other diverse admit weekend, which I'm super proud that I was able to do. And a lot of them were affirming saying like how without my support, they wouldn't have been able to like host at the same capacity this year because of lack of institutional support. So like PTSP Send, VSU's Seated, ASA, PISA, MECHA, everyone had admit weekends. And so I got to visit a good portion of them. They were all really lovely. They were so nice. I was so happy to meet the new transfers. I also got to speak at the University Welcome with Gene Block, Gary Clark, Dr. Alexander, and that was super nerve-wracking. Like I've never talked to that many people before. It was crazy, but I did it. And a lot of people came up to me after and said like I was their role model and like, I don't know, just good stuff. So that was really happy. It was like a high. Nonetheless, I am exhausted. This week, I'm focusing on planning and finalizing Transfer Unity Week. So like, I think it was Alicia who mentioned it earlier. Y'all all should have gotten reached out to by one of my directors to come to the Transfer Leadership Meet and Greet. I know a good portion of the council is outgoing, but I hope y'all still show up and say hi to the other transfer leaders and just general transfer students. I did want to say a special thank you to my board, particularly my director of finance, because I've been putting them to work. Like I've been working, but they've been working. We've all been working. I think I'm the only one that has had a shortened term. So because of that, it's been crazy. So I do want to acknowledge that and just say congratulations to myself and my office for our accomplishments thus far. And then on top of all of this, elections have been taking a good portion of my life. I'm proud to say that I am elected as the incoming TSR, and I have not submitted my transition documents because I did not know how to transition myself, but I would just turn some stuff in. And then it was a pleasure serving as the current TSR and working with you all on the different projects and like initiatives that we did start. There were a lot of ups and downs. I had a lot of critiques of council, and I still do. And so I hope next year I'll be able to address those issues like early on in the year so that whoever comes after 2024 staff, they won't have the same issues that I did. But thank you everybody for working with me. And I hope that y'all have a great rest of the week.
National Student Representative. Microphone, there we go.
Hi everyone. I started my office update. So this week we're just wrapping up everything. Obviously, we're just releasing the website, and then aside from that, we've been having a 3-part career series with the Career Center and National Center. You guys have heard about it, but we had it in health already, and the next week we have one for business and engineering, and we've got lots of student clubs and panelists and lawyers coming in. So that's that. We're serving really good food. So if you guys have any international presence, please ask them to pull up because we're it's like kind of hard to find the people, like the particular people to get on. But aside from that, I just want to say thank you to everyone in council. I'll keep it short, but I've made a lot of really, really good friends, and I've learned a lot from every single person in like every role, be it council or admin, and I've connected with so many people that I think it's just really nice to have met so many new people, and everyone has like a really nice story to tell and something to learn. So I really thank all of you for everything. And yeah, I just wish everyone the very best. You guys are all awesome. And I know despite all our differences over the year, we managed to do some really great work. And I think everyone on council should be proud of this. They've done really well. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for everything, and wish you all the very best for everything in life.
Awesome, thank you. All right, now we'll get into administrative representatives. Is Orlando here virtually? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm here virtually. Hello, everyone. Just a couple updates. I'm sure you by now you've seen several emails come from me. If you haven't attended the workshop, your final workshop to finalize re-registration, I did see you at the last, I seen some of you at the last workshop, so I appreciate that. Thank you. Along the same lines, for those who belong to organizations or maybe in your own office who've obtained PAB funds such as Campus Programs Committee or Campus Activities Committee funding, requisitions are due May 21st. And then just finally, I just wanted to do a quick shout out. You know, it's been my pleasure to be your advisor this year, co-advising with Lori and and Jessica and ASU-CLA's team. This is my first year kind of like taking the lead, and you all been great. You all have been doing some great, getting through some great challenges and getting some great work done. You all should be patting yourselves on the back, and I'm proud to be your advisor. So good luck to those that are moving on, and those that are returning. My doors are always open. Even those that are leaving, my door is always open. If you ever need anything, please stop by the office. All right, y'all, take care.
Thank you. Jessica?
Going on it.
This is so weird. I'm talking through a mic, but usually it's gonna be loud, but it's okay. Environment. So, lottery group, what kind of they're having right now for a fall quarter meeting room. You can find out, I think you should sign up. Google form on the ASU website, and then the appointments for lottery will start Monday. Don't need to wait for lottery, but this is just the fall quarter. 417, given a lot of the feedback we've had this year from you all, we're not going to include that in any way in lottery, and we'll just reach out to people probably for the end of summer to set up, to coordinate times to reserve 417 for fall for your staff meetings. But I do know that some offices that are very large can't fit in 417 anyways. So if you do need to get a lottery time slot to book a general meeting room for ASU-CLA spaces, please be sure to do that. Additionally, I wanted to just quickly recognize a couple team members. We had our Student Exceptional Awards today, and for Student Government Services, we awarded Alexa, who most of you saw her last Tuesday come present a biology major for you all. She's just done a tremendous amount of work for our division and has been really amazing. She's done a lot of like individual outreach and support for specific offices. So just appreciate that she's gone above and beyond. And then additionally, we had Sydney receive an award for her team. All for work as minute taker. That in itself is a really challenging job to hold and to be able to capture. Always so great. We really didn't at all ever have to have any changes to them. So she does a really great job with that in general, but also just does a lot of special projects and different initiatives. She's done a tremendous amount of work for our appointments website, which will be training all the incoming officers on Thursday. And you know, I know there's been a lot of pickups with that system, and we've hopefully worked them all out, but she just has been taking the lead on that for our team. Beyond your role as administrator, so thank you. I'll it's proud of it, but just want to quickly express my gratitude to all of you all for all of your hard work this year. Really, I feel like if anybody knows the work that you all are doing, you know, it's us getting a seat at this table and also working with you all offline. We see the amount of hours that you put in to this role and supporting the student body. So just thank you for all of that. It's been a pleasure, and similar to Orlando, doors always open, whether you're here next year or graduating, whatnot, please always feel free to reach out to us. If anybody needs letter of recommendation, endorsements on LinkedIn, I always like to plug this at the end of the year. And you should help translating your USAC role into like job duties, so you can put it on your resume, put it on LinkedIn. Happy to like workshop that with you. all should credit because it's a really unique and amazing experience that will for sure set you up for great things to come.
Here, right? Steven's not coming up. It was a street. Are we gonna go to Lori first? Or? Oh, over it. Yeah. Hey.
Wait, no. I mean, I could talk about each of you probably like, so thank you for letting me into your space this year. It was completely educational and I'm looking forward. I did not know what I was getting into, but I absolutely love and I think even though it was nice, they go, you know, we're talking about this. Door is also always open, but it is. Molly, I'll let you in Molly. And I'm hoping to see you in Molly. After jazz right here when you get through. So if anybody has anything, finish jazz right here. Molly on Friday, Saturday morning. Oh.
What a great segue. Hey, hi, hello. I'll start off with the obvious, which is transition documents. Thank you to everyone that has submitted one. Special shout out to Eliana for scheduling a meeting with me to go over her things and to go over feedback for next year's folks. Very much appreciated that. Lovely to chat with you, Eliana. The folks that I'm missing from EVP, ISR, you got it, okay, great. TSR, FSC, and CSC. I know your emails, I know where your offices are, and we will not stop until we get them. Yeah, if it hasn't been made clear at this point, the 2 months of hounding, you're not gonna get out of it. So please let us know when you can get them to us. We would really love them by Thursday so that we can add that to our new council trainings. So yeah, but that's that on that. Other updates that I have, ASUCLA wide update. Res Hall meal vouchers are now accepted at the UCLA store. So you can use that at Joe and Go or any of the UCLA store. Joe and Go, yeah. But all 6 UCLA store locations on campus will not accept them. So that's exciting. What else do I got here? Oh, Saturday. All right, listen up, folks. We got this. We're almost done. Saturday is installation. And currently we're planning for you all to be present. So Saturday from 1 to 3 in the Kirkhoff Grand Salon. If you have a conflict and you cannot be there, please tell us now. Mary will need to update our the program because each of you is slated to speak about your incoming person. So we'll be doing an oath of office. You'll be passing the literal gavel on to your successor. So if you cannot be there, we would love for someone else to be able to introduce that person that's coming in. Otherwise, it will defer to Carl. There will be refreshments provided, and you are all welcome to bring 2 additional guests. If you like, the RSVP form was sent out a while ago. I'll drop it again in the Slack. But yeah, if you're not going to be there, please let us know sooner rather than later so that we don't have to do a last minute scramble on the program. Office access. You all currently have offices. And if you're not coming back, that office access will be ending soon. So we have decided that Friday of week 9 is your eviction date. So please remove any items that you would like to have access to. Anything that's yours, please don't steal that are office supplies that are like for the office. But yes, Friday week 9, and then we will be granting the new folks access starting Monday. If you're a returning folk to the same office, you'll be fine. We'll handle that internally. Everyone on the door will be removed, just so you know. And email access. You all currently have USAC emails. Woo! You all will still have some fiduciary responsibilities until the fiscal year ends, one of which I'll be talking about in just a second. So happy for you that this is the last day, but unfortunately I do need you to keep an eye on that email still. We're gonna transition those emails over to the new folks after week 10. So all the new folks will be getting an elect email. So it's like president-elect, IVP-elect, blah, blah, blah. So that we can have both of you on for these last couple of weeks. So we make sure that they can be in the loop, but also that we don't lose you all because you also have that fiduciary responsibility. So we'll be resetting those passwords at the end of that week and we're going to do that over. Yes.
Wait, something like a second.
Correct.
Wait, sorry, but like what happens if we we normally pass it down to the next person?
We'll give, yeah, so the new person will get the login info to set their own password.
Wait, it's also connected to like another emails.
I mean,
Can we talk about
the
this?
incoming officer should.
It's good seeing you. Congratulations.
We're gonna internally transition it to the next person, that is okay. But in instances where it does not get turned over in appropriate amount of time, we will know that it.
Okay.
Yeah, just email us one-off if you have an internal transition that you want to facilitate. If you're staying within the same office, you don't need to worry about it. We won't touch anything with your access, but yeah, just let us loop us in if you're already planning to transition everything over so that we don't need to, but we'll advise it.
Okay, cool. Next thing I got.
Well, I'm sorry, Giovanna, you have a question about that?
Yeah, Gio.
Yeah, sorry, I just want to ask, like each staff in my commission has a USAC email as well. Is that also all gonna get like passwords changed?
Usually we're just dealing with the officer email. So, we would also expect that any staff emails get internally transitioned, but if not, anybody can reach out to us and we can reset them. But we won't do that automatically for you unless you want us to.
No, okay, thank you so much.
I see one more hand.
Sit here, do you have a question about this?
Yeah, hi. So I'm here tonight because the elections board was supposed to present the elections results for council to vote on and certify. And then I believe there was also supposed to be a swearing in process conducted by the judicial board. So it doesn't seem like that's going to happen tonight, but I wanted to know if there was any chance that would be happening before the transition
much
that
for
you guys are
being
having.
Well, thanks so much for being here.
We're supposed to be doing a certification.
Yeah, so tonight, elections board, it should be a new business. We added it during the agenda editing
Okay.
process.
And do you know about judicial board coming to swear in the
Yeah.
new
So
council
tonight,
members?
the elections board will read in the results, and then next week when new council comes, judicial board will come and administer the oath of office. They'll also do that at an installation.
Okay, terrific.
That's all been coordinated. So we'll get to you.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
My last thing here, thank you for bearing with me. This is my longest officer update to date. I'm not even an officer. Okay. I have a 275 row spreadsheet in front of me from ASUCLA events and catering with all of your outstanding bills. So speaking of fiduciary responsibilities, a good handful of you have some outstanding bills. So our staff tomorrow is going to go through this big old sheet and sort it out by office. And then we'll reach out to you all individually with the bills that are left out. Just to give you, it's not everyone. It's like SWC, CAC, CSC, CEC. The president's office has one. Yeah, for the banquet. Yes, Lori will send us all. So be on the lookout this week, particularly for outstanding bills.
Okay.
And your prompt attention to that will be greatly appreciated from me, particularly, and the people that you owe money to. I think that's it. I'm going to shut up now. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. Congratulations on a year well done. I know I was only here for a short period of it, but it's been wonderful to jump back into this space and get to know and work with you all. I hope I've been able to be a small help in your little journey. Very much proud of you finishing. I know personally from firsthand experience that it is not easy and sometimes it's not even fun. So great job. Congratulations. You're graduating. Ultra congratulations. Please, you always know, I mean, just in general, my office is always open. I love when you come by. I mean that. And we do have your cords, unless you're one of those people that I listed off. So okay, done now.
Wait, yeah, do we forgot the chart?
What about in my office?
What if you're not graduating?
If you're not graduating, still come get one.
Oh,
So you can use it for next year.
okay, I'll do it later. All right. Okay, we'll go, all right, now we're going to old business articles 2 through 12. Are those just the changes, correct? Grammatical changes? Okay, awesome. Does anyone have any questions about that? Alexa presented this. She basically restructured the format, made it look real good. So yeah, does anyone have any questions about that? All right, if not, can we get a motion?
Move to approve the Article 2 to 12 changes.
Okay, Eliana motions, Alicia seconds, all in favor, please raise your hand. All right, everyone lower their hands. Phoebe, did you try to vote?
Yes.
She voted yes?
Yeah.
Okay, by a vote of 11-0, the motion passes and the bylaw changes are approved. All right, next up, we have USA financial policy stipend guidelines, general stipend policies. Eliana?
Thank you so much. So I know Sarah voted yes on this, and let's see. So I guess Daniela, would you be able to vote on it here? That'd be really cool.
Yeah, so I sent a follow-up email to Jessica. I'm not sure if you had a chance to read it, but I wanted to get clarification on your third point because I think having all that information would probably be best before I vote.
So, basically, with the additional point, to that, so there are a limited number of paid positions within USAC, whether that be staff or appointments. So if you have a student being paid in multiple of those positions, then you're reducing the number available to other students to also have that opportunity. So it's more of like a judgment and consideration for you all in terms of access and trying to get as many people involved in USAC spaces as possible. So that was just that point. So hopefully that clarifies. If not, I can go a little bit more into detail. Did you hear me okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, yes, Alicia.
Are we even allowed to vote on this thing? Or does that have to be for 5 days?
She presented it last.
Oh,
Yeah, it's presented last week, but you could table it and leave it to the incoming council to decide, because also it doesn't impact anybody really until fall, because you're not hiring staff and appointing stipend positions with UFA that would start receiving that stipend now. So you do have time.
if you want to table it. I would recommend that because we're still trying to outreach to folks in work study to understand that particular portion of it, because we don't know if there's additional considerations that need to be taken for being a work study student who then also receives a stipend. But then the other point that could potentially be an issue is mainly whenever you enter somebody as a stipend, they have to have a percentage of time that they're working. And the more times that they're in the system, like the lower all their percentages need to be. And sometimes the home department, you know, if it's an hourly position, they're not going to reduce the percentage time, if that makes sense. Because they need it to be they need it to accurately reflect the hours you're actually working. So it also becomes an issue for a student who might have an hourly job and then is also trying to pick up a stipend in multiple offices. Any student has to be less than 50% time. So, and that does have significant impacts on like visa status for international students and other things like that. So there may be some cases where we just wouldn't be able to do it anyways, even if it is provided for in policy. So it would be good to get more information.
Thanks. So could a student who gets a stipend from one office get like a gift card from another?
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be fine because then they're only receiving one stipend, but I would then say to be very specific about that in language, so that's clear. Like you can only be hired from one stipend, and then other volunteer appreciation can be available. Just being clear on the language.
Thanks. Appreciate it. So I guess we can table it then.
Okay. Can we get a motion? Anyone?
I move to table it.
I second.
All right, Eliana motions, Keon seconds. All in favor, please raise your hand. All right, and by a vote of 11-0 the motion passed. The motion passes, and USA financial policy stipend guidelines, general stipend policies will be tabled for next meeting. All right, now going into new business, a resolution affirming the protection of student rights to a supportive academic environment, urging student involvement and empowerment in driving the mission, vision, and values of the UC and UCLA. Eliana.
So I just got this from some students who are being treated unjustly in the independent major program, which is a program UCLA has, where we have some really awesome students just doing, like, they basically create their own major, their own course of study. It leads to some brilliant research at this university, but unfortunately, maybe has like less protections than a regular major because there's not a lot of rules for it. So 2 of these students reported feeling emotionally battered and having been pushed to tears by the treatment by certain faculty. One of these students is returning home after their 18-year-old cousin was murdered to go to the funeral. And they were just trying to get like their time off or whatever they needed to finish their major. And they were just totally ignored, even though they told the team that they had to go home because of a funeral for their cousin who was murdered. So it's been terrible. I also suspect there's anti-Semitism at work here because it seems to be Jewish students specifically who are being targeted within this program, which this whole ethnic, religious, racial targeting has been a big problem at this university. Anyhow, here's the resolution. And thank you, Mylan and Alicia, for sponsoring it. I love you. So, whereas the University of California, Los Angeles is firmly committed to supporting the academic goals of all students, irrespective of their background or circumstances, and strives to provide the necessary resources and support to ensure every student's success. Whereas empowering students to become leaders in their respective fields, communities, and the world is a primary objective of both the University of California, Los Angeles and the University of California at large. Whereas the University of California aim to equip students with the knowledge, skills, and experiences required to create address the most pressing challenges of our time, foster innovation, and create positive change. Whereas fostering a culture of learning driven by intellectual curiosity, academic excellence, and social responsibility is a fundamental belief of the University of California, Los Angeles, emphasizing the importance of innovation and creativity in education. Whereas the University of California, Los Angeles recognizes itself as a hub where innovation and creativity thrive, pursues its mission to inspire and empower students to become agents of change in the world, encouraging critical and creative thinking and pushing the boundaries of what is possible, ensures that every student has the opportunity to succeed and amplifies every student's voice, valuing each member of the community and empowering them to thrive. Whereas the strategic goals of the University of California Office of the President have acknowledged the need for curricular innovation, cross-disciplinary collaboration, and engaged learning across the UC system. Whereas UCLA and UCOP understand that maintaining a community environment of trust, achievement, inclusivity, diversity, safety, dignity, and respect is essential to fulfill their requirements, achieve their mission and vision, and fulfill their fiduciary and social responsibilities. Whereas members of the University of California faculty and the University of California, Los Angeles have a responsibility to maintain a safe, respectful, and inclusive environment for all university community members. Must treat all students with dignity and respect, shall adhere to the highest ethical and moral standards in all aspects of their work, hold a special responsibility to maintain a safe, respectful, and inclusive environment, are responsible for providing regular and constructive feedback to students, must ensure that students have sufficient support to succeed academically, should respond in a timely manner to student inquiries, and be accessible to students for consultation outside of class, have a responsibility to provide accurate and timely information to students, offering guidance and support in defining and achieving their academic goals, shall provide students with reasonable opportunities to discuss any concerns regarding grades or evaluations, are responsible for assisting students in developing educational plans and achieving their academic goals. Whereas in a rapidly changing world, UCLA, as a public research institution dedicated to furthering knowledge for the betterment of global society, must adapt to the evolving requirements of our time, where innovation, change, and non-traditional approaches are crucial to overcoming environmental degradation, global nuclearization, rising totalitarianism, and increasing class division caused by traditional methods. Whereas traditional approaches have contributed to environmental degradation, global nuclearization, rising totalitarianism, and deepening class divisions. Consequently, innovation, change, and unconventional approaches must be embraced to fulfill the purpose and function of our institution. Whereas as an institution committed to excellence, diversity, in all pursuits, UCLA recognizes that openness and inclusion foster true quality. Whereas diversity, creativity, and innovation are fundamental pillars of UCLA, serving as the bedrock for advancing knowledge, for addressing pressing societal needs, and for fostering a university enriched by diverse perspectives where all individuals can flourish. Whereas the independent major program at the UCLA offers students a unique opportunity to explore and develop their intellectual interests in ways not possible within traditional majors. Whereas the independent major program stands as a sole avenue at UCLA through which motivated and high-achieving students can pursue innovation and thrive as individuals aligned with the University of the mission of University of California, Los Angeles, balancing from its core values of diversity, discovery, creativity, and innovation. Whereas innovation, creativity, and discovery often extend beyond the boundaries of existing academic structures, the independent major program allows students to engage in educational innovation to non-traditional lines of study, which often prioritize research, hands-on learning, and exploration of the unknown. It is vital to provide students with the necessary freedom to pursue studies collaboratively with academic sponsors without arbitrary limitations that hinder the achievement of true discovery, innovation, and creativity. Whereas the independent major program currently provides students with less than 1,000 words to comprehend all the intricacies of its goals, processes, procedures, and more. In order to adhere to UCLA and UCOP policies regarding faculty and academic responsibility, the program must establish swift and efficient channels of communication between faculty and potential students. The violation of such policies must be promptly addressed and suitably corrected based on the scale of the violation. Whereas the independent major program has the potential to significantly empower students and contribute to the achievement of UCLA and UCOP strategic goals. Students pursuing independent majors, like all others at UCLA, should feel supported, safe, empowered, respected, and confident in their ability to achieve their academic goals. Whereas the independent major program has fallen short of expectations in terms of transparency, conduct, support, and student stakeholder accountability. Therefore, let it be resolved that USAC condemns any limitations that impede students' ability to pursue the mission, vision, and goals of UCLA, particularly within the independent major program. This includes independent major policies inconsistent with the university's strategic and economic goals, relative commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, along with procedural deficiencies in the program, conflicting with faculty code of conduct, and the absence of facilities for connectivity, information sharing, and community building among students pursuing independent majors, for which provisions for connectivity, information sharing, and community building among students pursuing independent majors must be established. Therefore, let it be resolved that USAC supports and calls for increased empowerment of students working to address the pressing social and economic and environmental crises of the 21st century. Aligning these crises necessitates true innovation and development of new thought frameworks aligned with the principles of social entrepreneurship. Therefore, let it be resolved that USAC calls for the involvement of student stakeholders in the independent major program governance and inquiry into the challenges faced by current independent major program, with the goal of creating systems to support these students in achieving their goals and exclusion of independent majors from arbitrary departmental limitations and research-related maximums that hinder students' ability to conduct meaningful research and further the purpose of the University of California. Let it be further resolved that USAC stands in support of students impacted by a lack of transparency, accountability, and support within the independent major program. Let it be finally resolved that USAC urges the Office of the Chancellor, Office of Student Affairs, and Office of Undergraduate Student and Undergraduate Education at UCLA take immediate action in addressing violation of the faculty code of conduct and rectifying the significant discrepancies between the mission, vision, and purpose of our institution and the independent major program. Thank you all for listening.
Shit, started once. All right. All right, does anyone have any questions, concerns, or comments regarding this resolution? Phoebe?
Yeah, I guess I have like some concerns just for like the let it be, or like, yeah, the resolve statements, just so like we're making sure that it's specific. In terms of, I think the paragraph on like exclusion of independent majors from arbitrary departmental limitations and research related maximum. Can we just like clarify the language on that? From what I interpret, it seems to be like we want independent major program students to have like the same access to classes, given that like they aren't declared like say like it says, oh, psychology majors only for that class. I think that's how I'm interpreting that, but it's like not like if that's me having to interpret it, I think it could be interesting to like write it more explicitly. I also didn't understand the research related to maximum thing, but I think that might be like a shortcoming on my part.
Okay, maybe I'll say specifically, we call for students in independent majors to have the same access to classes and research as students who have access to classes and research which might otherwise be restricted to students in a particular traditional major. That makes sense?
Yeah, no, that's really helpful. Thank you.
Oh, perfect. Does that cover it?
Does anyone else have any more questions, concerns, or comments regarding this resolution? All right, can we get a motion?
I move to approve this resolution.
Who second? Oh, Phoebe, who? Phoebe.
Tyra?
Oh, Tyra, okay. Tyra motions. Alicia seconds. All in favor, please raise your hand. All right, and by a vote of 11-0, the motion passes and the resolution is approved. All right, next up, we got elections board results. Sit here.
Yeah, hi. So first off, I'd like to thank council. I think all of you guys did a really amazing job this year. Congratulations on completing your duties. For those of you graduating, congratulations on that. Hopefully we can get this done in just a few minutes and then be on with our evenings. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and read the results, announcing the winners in the order that it's on the ballot. And then at the end, I think you guys will all just vote to certify the results, and that'll be it. So let me just go ahead and get started. Just to recap, our voter turnout this year was 23.03%. We had 7,113 ballots cast. For the office of president, the person elected was Naomi Michelle Hammonds. For internal vice president, the winner was Megan Law. For external vice president, the winner was Eva Jessen. And then for the general representatives, general representative 1 was Katie Poole. The second gen rep was Gabrielle Lazary, and the third gen rep was Jonathan Valenzuela Mieja. Academic Affairs Commissioner, the winner of the office was Sujana Sridhar. For Campus Events Commissioner, the winner was Mason Miller. For Community Service Commissioner, the winner was Chia Ying Wong. For Cultural Affairs Commissioner, the winner was Alicia Verdugo. For Facilities Commissioner, the winner was Evan Curran. For Financial Support Commissioner, the winner is Sarah Brukin. For Student Wellness Commissioner, the winner is Janice Jihi Kang. For Transfer Student Representative, the winner is Tyra Anastasia Cobbs. For International Student Representative, the winner is Adam Tafeli. And the referenda passed. And that's basically it for the elections results.
Okay, got you. All right, can we get a motion for certification? Alicia motions, Stevie seconds, all in favor, please raise your hand. All right, and by a vote of 11-0, election board results are certified.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, and that looks to be all of it. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you all so much for a great year. Congratulations. I adjourn this meeting at 8:44 p.m.